You good?
Him now.
The story begins in a men's prison, where inmates are exercising in the yard. Suddenly, an alarm blares, signaling everyone to return to their cells. Among the prisoners is one particularly dangerous inmate who blackmails Sam, a young prison guard. The inmate demands that Sam smuggle illegal items into the prison, threatening to expose him if he refuses. Terrified of losing his job and ending up behind bars himself, Sam tries to resist, but the inmate warns that Sam will end up in the same prison and under his control if he doesn't comply. In a moment of panic, Sam fights back against the inmate but is badly injured, leaving him with a deep cut on his face. He visits the infirmary, gets stitches, and when questioned by his fellow guards, he lies about what happened. Sam claims that the inmate had been causing trouble for weeks, refused to return to his cell, and headbutt him, forcing Sam to hit him in self-defense. The warden and senior guards decide to move Sam to a safer position, the tower, to protect him from retaliation. A few days later, while Sam is stationed on the prison roof, he notices something suspicious in the yard. Using a telescope, he sees a fight breaking out among the inmates and quickly sounds the alarm. Guards rush in with tear gas and even fire warning shots to regain control. Once the situation is contained, the warden holds a meeting to discuss what happened. Despite Sam's actions, Warden Mills decides that Sam should be transferred out of the men's prison altogether. He believes keeping Sam there would put his life at risk. Against the protests of some guards, Sam is reassigned to a nearby women's prison, a move that makes Sam uncomfortable but leaves him with no choice. At the women's prison, Sam initially tries to keep his distance. As the female inmates walk past, many of them make playful and suggestive gestures toward him. One inmate in particular, Cherry, takes a special interest in him. During a class session, Cherry keeps glancing at Sam using a small mirror, which catches the attention of Miriam, the teacher, who warns Sam to stay alert. She reminds him that female inmates can be just as manipulative as the men. Later, in the guards' break room, the other officers explain the unique challenges of working at a women's facility. They warn Sam not to let his guard down, saying the women will cry, tell sob stories, and try to manipulate him. They advise him to act like a robot and strictly follow procedures. That night, during cell lockdown, Sam discovers an inmate hiding a contraband phone, confiscates it, and continues his duty. When he reaches Cherry's cell, she acts polite and flirty, pretending to be reading a magazine. Sam stays professional and locks the door. The next day, as inmates are escorted to class, one of them intentionally pushes Cherry into Sam. She grabs his jacket and teases him, whispering, "See you tonight." A female guard notices the interaction and warns Sam to keep his head clear, or risk being taken advantage of. That night, while Sam orders the inmates to turn off their lights, he notices Cherry partially exposed in her cell. He struggles with his emotions but cannot take his eyes off her. What he doesn't realize is that the entire area is under surveillance. The following day, Cherry fakes stomach pain so she can be escorted to the infirmary. Sam, unaware of her intentions, agrees to take her. On the way, she pulls him into a stairwell, one of the few areas without cameras, and seduces him. Sam tries to resist but eventually gives in. Suddenly, Cherry turns violent. She stabs Sam multiple times in the neck and screams for help, making it appear as though she was attacked and had to defend herself. Bleeding heavily, Sam collapses and dies. Cherry crawls out of the stairwell, screaming as though she has just survived an assault. In the aftermath, investigators examine the evidence. Some guards immediately assume that Sam was guilty of assaulting Cherry, but others question the story. There are no defensive wounds on Cherry's body, no scratches on Sam's arms or face, and no signs of struggle other than the stab wounds, which are clearly offensive wounds. This raises doubts about Cherry's self-defense claim. Sam's death becomes a tragic example of how inexperienced guards can be manipulated inside prisons. The investigators are left to piece together the truth and confront the brutal reality that trust inside prison walls can be fatal. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping movie stories just like this one.